Inspector?
Yes?
I'm innocent. It was the no-nose pirate that robbed the bank.
Who? Peg-nosed Pete. Listen, if I had a monkey for every time some penny-ante crook tried to pin their criminal malfeasance on Peg-nosed Pete, I'd have enough monkeys to work out a reasonable sequel to Hamlet by now.
So what you're saying is that you don't believe me?
No.
Why don't you believe that Peg-nosed Pete robbed the bank?
Because, Mr. Treatwood, it's just not Peg-Nose's style. If Peg-Nose had robbed a bank, he would have snuck in under the cover of darkness, used a clever series of weights and pulleys to open the vault, and would have absconded with the loot without leaving a trace of his presence. Peg-Nosed Pete would never simply enter a bank in the middle of the day, waving a pistol around like a common thug. It's beneath him.
Just for the sake of argument, what would it take to prove my innocence?
Well, since you don't have an alibi, you'd have to turn the finger of blame towards the real culprit.
Great! How do I do that?
Off the top of my head, I can think of 3 things that would do the job. A. New evidence would have to surface, linking the so-called real perpetrator to the crime. 2. The stolen bank loot would have to be recovered. And Z. The real criminal would have to be caught and brought to justice.
That should be a piece of cake for a pirate with a keen analytical mind like myself.
I'll keep your cell warm.
Can you remove this voodoo anklet? I really need to get back to my wife.
Sorry, you're stuck on this island until your trial arrives. Or until you manage to prove that you're innocent.
When can I expect my trial?
As soon as the judge returns.
Great, when's that?
He should be back within a few weeks, when his vacation's over.
A few weeks? I need to get back to Melee Island today.
Well, I guess you should have thought of that before you went and robbed that bank now, shouldn't you?
But I'm innocent.
Tell it to the judge.
Wow, this voodoo anklet sure is uncomfortable.
That's why it's called the voodoo anklet of extreme discomfort.
How's the investigation going?
What investigation? You were caught red-handed. I'm just waiting for the judge.
Oh. You're not gonna lift a finger to help me, are you?
No.
But what about justice?
Haven't you heard? Justice is blind.
Not to mention lazy, apparently.
Quiet, you.
Where can I find Peg-Nosed Pete?
If I knew that, he'd be locked up right now.
Because he framed me for robbing the bank?
No, because he's wanted for approximately 300 other crimes on Luca Island.
Well, I better get out there and prove my innocence.
Stay out of trouble.
Otis, what are you doing here?
I'm a victim of society.
Let me guess. You were framed, right?
How did you know?
Just a hunch.
Some old guy with a weird accent accused me of stealing flowers from his front yard.
When are you due to be released?
He'll be released just about the same time you prove your innocence.
Hey, just because my captain is a notorious bank robber, there's no reason to take it out on me.
Otis!
Jay?
You're not helping. What is it with you and flowers?
It's a plot, I tell you. People are to make me seem less fearsome and piratey by accusing me of being the kind of pirate who likes to pick flowers.
If it's any comfort, Otis, I never found you all that fearsome to begin with.
Go pick a pack of pussies.
I'm feeling an incredible feeling of deja vu.
Would it help if I gave you a breath mint?
Wait, it's past. See you later, Otis.
You're gonna get me out of here, right?
Iron Maiden! Excellent! I have no idea why I said that.
Why, hello there, Brittany.
Oh, hi! Why do you sound like a sick kraken?
Oh, sorry. Sorry you lost your job.
Oh, it's all right. I didn't like working at that bank much anyway. I've always really wanted to be in show business.
What kind of show business?
I want to be a singer and have my own backup dancers. I don't have any skills or experience. But I figure, with the right attitude, there's no stopping me.
Me too. Maybe we could start an act together.
I don't think so. I'm looking for someone a little more...
Piratey?
Cool.
Then why were you wasting away at the bank?
I was making ends meet while I put my act together. Guess I needed the push. I was getting too wrapped up in the whole financial system thing.
Hope that works out for you. Is it too late to open an account?
You're funny, Mr. Threepwood. The bank is no concern of mine anymore.
I know someone who has a crush on you. That Castaneda fellow. You know, the chess player.
Oh, yes, I know. Poor Santos. He's so tragically intense. Macho, but sensitive. But he's so busy playing that stupid old game with his buddy. It's like I don't exist sometimes. Hey, I have a dream. Want to hear it? Someday, when I'm rich and famous, he'll look up from that chessboard for a second and suddenly realize what he missed out on. Ironic, huh?
I know someone who has a crush on you. I do.
Can you make me a star?
Well,
Do you know anyone who can?
well,
Oh, well, if you think of someone, let me know.
I know someone who has a crush on you. The bank manager.
Ew! Quit it! That's creepy. Besides, he can't even advance my career anymore now that the bank is closed.
Well, I have manly things to do in a sensitive way. Bye. I'll just take one. What? Hey, stop that!
Welcome to Sense and Sensibilities, where subtle fragrances from exotic lands transport you to worlds of romance and delight. My name is Hugo, and I am a licensed aromatherapist. Can Hugo interest you in one of our fine perfumes, colognes, or aftershaves?
Aren't you a little piratey for a perfume salesman?
Hugo's not a pirate. Hugo's a model citizen, making a positive economic contribution to the economic well-being of Luca Island.
Uh-huh. You sure look like a pirate to me.
But Hugo's not a pirate. Not anymore, leastways.
How do you stop being a pirate?
By taking Ozzy Mandrill's Pirate Re-Education Mail-Order Correspondence course.
What's that?
It's a miracle, it is. In 3 weeks, it taught Hugo how to channel his destructive antisocial urges into more constructive avenues.
Like selling scented bathwater.
Precisely.
Why would you want to quit being a pirate in the first place?
Because Hugo could read the writing on the wall. Hugo saw that the pirate lifestyle was being marginalised by powerful outside interests. Hugo decided to get out while the getting was good.
Yeah. Doesn't Hugo miss being a pirate?
Not especially, no. Although sometimes Hugo misses the wind in his face. And the wenches. And Hugo misses the grog. And the decks covered with the blood of Hugo's enemies. But other than that, no, not a thing.
Eep. You wouldn't happen to have seen a no-nosed pirate run by here with a sack of loot, would you?
No, but Hugo did see you run by here with a sack of loot.
When I ran by here with a sack of loot, which way was I going?
Towards the deepest forests of Luca Island.
Thanks. What's that ungodly stench you've been exposing to unsuspecting passers-by?
That's our featured fragrance, Eau de la Chuck.
Who'd want to smell like LeChuck?
Oh, it's very popular among tourists wanting to capture that authentic swashbuckling mystique.
But LeChuck smelled like a rotting corpse.
We prefer to refer to it as earthy.
Eau de LeChuck's really that popular?
Oh, yes, sir. In the last few hours, Hugo's gone through dozens of sample bottles.
Smell you later.
Thank you for your patronage. Please come again.
Freddy, where's my new walking stick?
It's right over here, Mr. Mandrill. A brand new cane, hand-carved to the exact specifications of your previous stick.
It better be, or I'll buy up your putrid little shop and replace it with something useful, like a public urinal.
I take it that you'll be putting this on your tab, Mr. Mandrill?
What do you think?
You know, if I weren't a peaceable sort, I'd whack that gentleman over the head with one of my sticks. I wouldn't stop whacking until his brains leaked out all over my rustic, hand-polished hardwood floor. Yep.
But you're a peaceable sort, right?
Yep.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate. What's your racket?
Most people around here call me Freddy, which is a sensible thing to do, considering that it's my name and all. I carve walking sticks.
I wouldn't think that a walking stick shop could support itself on a pirate-infested island.
Well, under normal circumstances, I might agree with that sentiment. But lately, Lucre Island's been experiencing an influx of tourists, gawkers, and other assorted outsiders. They're always more than eager to purchase my authentic pirate walking sticks at a reasonable markup, of course. Besides which, I can always depend on Mr. Mandrill to break a few dozen sticks a week. He's been single-handedly keeping me in business for months.
So the walking stick market is booming, is that it?
Well, no, I wouldn't exactly call it booming, but it's putting food on the table. And if Mr. Mandrill ever pays off his tab, I can retire.
Can you help me? I can't decide which walking stick is right for me.
Well, now, in order to choose the right stick, we'll need to know a little about your walking stick needs. Where do you expect to be doing most of your walking?
Amidst dense Caribbean jungles.
Ah, the adventurous type. And how many people would you expect to be walking with?
I'll be walking with my wife. She's a governor, you know.
Whatever you say, sir. How long will you be walking on average?
8 hours, 23 minutes, 37 seconds.
Very good. Well then, taking all your answers into consideration, not to mention the numerous personal observations I've made of your movements, I believe that the perfect walking stick for you would be the Wiebelfester 9000 Rainforest Deluxe. As luck would have it, we've got dozens of them in stock.
It's Freddy's stick catalog.
No need to make a racket ringing that bell, I'm right here. No need to make a racket ringing that bell, I'm right here.
I'm back.
So you are.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about a no-nosed pirate, would you?
Well now, that sounds a lot like Peg-Nosed Pete. What would you like to know about him?
Who is he?
Peg-Nose? He's the greatest pirate thief on Lucre Island. No one's come within a ship's broadside of putting him in leg irons yet, but I came close once.
No.
Yes, it happened one dark and foggy night. Many years ago, I was out testing out one of my new walking stick models, the WD-32. It has a real fancy-looking wood duck engraved in the handle, and he tried to mug me.
Gosh, what did you do?
Well, I wasn't going to stand for that. I raised my cane up to give him a good whack on the noggin, you betcha. And he ran away. I didn't even get a chance to swing. I guess he knows better than to mess with old Freddy. Yep.
Fascinating. Where can I find him?
You can't.
Come again?
No one knows where Peg-Nose's hideout is. Oh, sure. There's some rumors of him living in the middle of the treacherous Mist-So-Time marsh. But frankly, I don't believe a human being can get there from here.
What happened to his nose?
That's something of a mystery. Most folks around these parts would tell you it was nibbled off by a duck. Personally, I don't believe it.
Why not?
Well, sir, it's been my experience that ducks have exceptionally tiny teeth. It'd take a long time for a duck, even a particularly nasty duck, to nibble off a man's nose. I can't imagine a man letting a duck peck away at his nose for hours on end without seeking medical help.
Good point. So you really don't think that a duck bit off his nose?
I suppose it could have happened that way. I just find it highly irregular.
On second thought, I think I'll find out about Peg-Nose on my own.
Makes no never mind to me, Junior.
Stick around. I'll be back later.
Be seeing ya.
Phew, it smells like dead fish in here.
9 kinds of dead fish, huh?
It's a large, stinky vat of free bait, marinating in bait juice. Excuse me,
Yes?
do you have any bait that could catch a cold?
No.
Do you have any bait that could catch a tiger by the tail?
No.
Do you have any bait that could catch a thief?
No!
Do you have any bait that could catch a red grouper?
For the last time.
Oh,
Yes. That free stuff over there will work fine.
gotcha. How's the bait business?
It stinks.
You're telling me, P.U.
No, I mean it's horrible.
I bet business would pick up if you crack open a window every now and then.
Why, I tried that.
Well, did it help?
In fact, it seemed to drive prospective customers away. That's when I realized, see, that something strange is going on.
Strange? How so?
Well, it may be the chum talking, but I could swear that Luca Island is getting less and less pirate-friendly.
Really? How?
Why, we've been besieged.
By hostile invaders?
Worse, tourists.
Yikes.
There aren't many of them around today, but you hang around for a week and they'll pop up like a bloated corpse in a calm sea. Why, they've been driving some of Luca's oldest pirate-oriented businesses into new fields and have compelled some of our nastier pirates to consider new lifestyle choices. Why, I myself have soiled my once noble bait shop with a cheesy Timite circus in a desperate attempt to get me hands on some of those tourist shekels.
Well, is it working?
Not very well. Insects seem to repel tourists almost as much as fish guts.
Go figure. Is the bait business getting any better?
Nope, it still stinks.
Do you know anything about a no-nosed pirate thief?
That sounds like Peg-Nosed Pete.
You know him?
Are you kidding? Everyone on Lucre Island has heard of Peg-Nosed Pete.
Who is he?
Boy, he's the most notorious thief on Lucre Island. He's never been caught, and his loot has never been recovered. And his true face, aside from his trademark false nose, has never been seen.
Well, I've seen his true face. It's not pretty.
Yeah, right. And I've seen a bucket of chum solve complex math problems.
Where can I find him?
But you can't. Nobody can. There's rumor that his hideout is somewhere in the heart of the Mists of Time marsh.
Great! I'm off to the marsh.
But no one has ever been able to navigate their way through the marsh without getting hopelessly lost. It's cursed.
Darn, another curse. How did he lose his nose?
Oh, that's one of the darkest mysteries of Lucre Island. Some would have you believe that Peg-Nose's proud proboscis was pecked off by a duck. But I believe it was a school of deranged flounder that made off with his honker.
That's one of the darkest mysteries of Lucre Island?
No, but it sounds more ominous that way.
How does he smell without a nose anyway?
Awful.
I guess I should have seen that one coming. Let's talk about something else.
Well, whatever skins your salmon.
It sure stinks in here.
You get used to it after a while, and come to miss it when you're out and about. That's why I never bathe, see? So I can keep that sweet, sweet scent of fish entrails with me wherever I go.
How touching. Not to mention revolting. Why is that bait over there free?
Well, that bait is nearly expired. I need to get rid of it before it goes bad.
How does bait go bad?
Oh, the usual ways. Falls in with the wrong crowd, starts rebelling against authority, begins dating bait of loose virtue. And before you know it, the bait's gone bad.
I think I'll just look around for a while.
Well, you look all you like, but if you break it, you'll board it.
I'm not picking that up. I've always wanted swamp-scented perfume. There, that should make the concoction smell interesting. Nothing like the smell of rotting bait to woo the ladies. It's a little perfume spritzer with a bunch of stuff in it.